Right then, my friends, we're back inside the building. We are live on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. This is Breakfast with KXVU. Massive shouts out to Anna Correa for joining us for the last 2 hours or so, keeping us company. We're moving on to our first major interview of the day. MC Fizzy is on the line. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you, Paul. What's good?
What's good, man? What's good? It's good to have you on the line. Obviously, this is one we've had kind of in the book for about a month or so, following on from the most recent single, which has obviously done really well. We've seen it floating around everywhere. And just, you know what it was? I thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of get you on the show, kind of talk for a bit of the kind of catalogue, a bit of the like history you've been involved with, and just have a bit of a general roundup. So it should be a good one.
No doubt.
There we go. Let's kind of crack on then straight away, because for those that aren't aware, obviously with this show we do have a really kind of mixed audience from all the different kind of genres we cover. What I kind of want to get into, first of all, the big question is, who is MC Fizzy?
Yeah, so MC Fizzy is an artist that can't be boxed.
Okay.
A free vocalist that, you know, we were moving into that kind of era where people were, you know, accepted for doing multi-genres. Like, you know, obviously the stable is UKG, yeah?
Of course.
We had a track called Boom Selection with the Genius Crew, also a track called Cool Spruff. So you know what I'm saying? People forget that obviously there's Cool Spruff. People just think Boom Selection was the one tune, but no, there was Cool Spruff. And there was also a track that we had with Wu-Tang Clan, called Bless Your Life. Probably one of the first, you know, UK American link-ups. Yeah, so, you know, while you know, all of this stuff was happening and you got all your, you know what I mean, Drake collaborations these days, we were the undercurrent of making that sort of stuff, you know, happen. So, you know, that's a bit of where I come from, you know, Pirate Radio, Delight FM, Supreme FM, you know, and, you know, barring, yeah?
Of course.
So it's about barring. But for me, I'll be around the block, barring on garage, barring on grime, barring on hip-hop, you know? You even try and spit over R&B, you know? It was just about the music, it was about the culture, and it was just about barring, and that's where it came. But, you know, then when obviously you get kind of more kind of into the industry, then it's kind of like, well, this is what you do. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, you know, it's taken some time to be able to have enough, you know, strength in the industry to be able to actually flex my muscles how I want it.
Of course,
so,
man.
That's where we're at now. And then leading up to stuff like, you know, you got Fiasco. Fiasco is obviously, you know, something that they don't expect to hear from Genius Crew and myself, MC Fizzy. Genius Crew's kind of gone more into kind of the production and background. You know, so if you can imagine kind of like, I don't know, you know, chasing status with a production outfit. You got Genius Crew producing, you know, amazing stuff. I say that because I hear so much different vibes. It's not just, you know, like the sort of island music what you heard from Fiasco, or, you know, we got some drilly stuff, we got some garage. Like there's crazy bits coming out, and you know, we're gonna keep the momentum rolling.
That's what we like to hear, man. That's what we like to hear.
Some vinyl releases, also, so that's gonna be coming as well. You know, some of our more kind of, you know, for the connoisseurs of garage and stuff like that, you know, some of the real kind of, you know, underground sounding stuff, like, you know, that's all coming on the forthcoming label for the vinyl stuff as well. So there's lots of music coming, man. There's lots of music coming.
Wicked, man. I mean, kind of listening through this as well, it seems like more than anything else, it seems like you're at a point now with obviously you were saying like your position within the industry is very kind of like confirmed now. You're kind of almost like rating by the general public as well is kind of in that position. Like, what was the thing that you think really kind of pushed you there? Like, what was the kind of process like as well into the kind of like getting there?
Well, I was, you know, even before lockdown, I'd made a few videos. I think that's what kind of, you know, set me ahead with stuff as well. So I'd done, a few years back, I done a track called Brand New One. So that was featuring Lady Leisha, Mighty Mo, Gracious K, the late Major Ace, God rest his soul. I had a few people on that track, and then I had the track called Trap, Trap, Trap. Then basically after that, I thought, okay, cool. Let me just look at, what sort of music we got around us, how we're gonna, what direction we're gonna move in, etc., etc. So I really kind of tapped into myself and said, right, this is what we're gonna also use the essence, because I was using the essence, but I was like, look, we're gonna really use the essence. We're gonna go down the lane of the music, not just the bars in the track. Really kind of tap in. So that's where I've been going, really. So that's how, the next release was like a year or two after, which was Fiasco. Release Fiasco, and yeah, the track getting a lot of love, man. It's being added to quite a few playlists now in over in America as well.
Amazing, man. Like how have you tended to find that almost like overseas kind of interest in the MC Fizzy sound?
I'll be real with you. I've seen everybody watching my stories. Rick Ross, OT Genesis, loads of people. Like, these guys don't follow me. But they're watching my stories. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like a lot of different artists, American artists. I could go on. Cassidy, like lots of different American artists I see watching my stories. So I know that obviously that we are of interest over 100%. I've got even the other day, I've just done, if people check out my my Instagram, Fizzy_Don, like they can see a clip of my my latest freestyle, actually, because keeping it moving. Obviously Fiasco's still massively on the agenda, but just a little freestyle just to keep people knowing that it ain't gonna stop. That's on there. So it's Don't Rush freestyle. Crazy at the moment. Getting a lot of love.
Awesome, man. I mean, kind of with this, then we've got about we're going to move into the first track of the day, which is obviously Fiasco. Considering how much reputation it's been getting, how popular it's kind of proving, as you've just said, kind of worldwide. What I'm going to ask is, in regards to this tune, how would you describe it to someone who has never heard the tune before? Like, how would you kind of sell it to someone?
Well, basically, what I would say is, if you want to hear the essence of Caribbean music, yeah, and also the essence of you want to hear bits of Afro beats, you want to hear a mixture, you want to hear that kind of melting pot of London, that realness, and yeah, that would be Fiasco. A proper dance floor mover, and something that's also got a little cheekiness and fun in it, yeah, but also speaks about the realness of where we come from.
Wicked.
Great, right,
so it's got a proper kind of blend of themes. I'm really looking forward to getting into it, man. We're going to get into it right about now. Just gone at 22:10 here on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. We're live on the line with MC Fizzy. This is Breakfast with Cova. Of course, we're in the building till 10. Don't go anywhere. Right then, friends, we're back inside the building. Just gone at 9:45 here on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. It's Wednesday. We're getting you through the week and bringing you some very interesting conversation and content. Of course, we're live on the line with man like MC Fizzy. We're kind of looking through the catalogue. That one there going by the name of course, Fiasco alongside Genius Crew, taking quite a kind of almost bashment-y vibe, kind of Afrobeats vibe in there as well. It's a real kind of mix and blend of styles. Like with that sort of thing, we were obviously discussing how the idea of being a multi-genre artist is becoming more and more the kind of thing that a lot of people are aspiring to kind of be. Are there any kind of people that are kind of like on that top layer that you kind of would describe as a truly multi-genre artist?
That I would describe as a truly multi-genre artist? You know what? It's interesting because I just don't think anyone's reached the pinnacle of it yet.
Yeah.
I believe that it's like kind of, I'm hearing people that do jump around, but then what I kind of tend to hear is kind of people like using their same style on different tracks. And I think that, some people do that because it's kind of forced into them to do that kind of like, okay, cool, you got to have that USP, yeah, kind of very business orientated, that thing that people can always come and recognize you for. That's true. But the way, personally, I look at it, for me, it's not just a business thing. I wanna mold into the beat. I want to mold into whatever I'm hearing. I want to mold into it. I don't want my first port of call to be like, okay, cool. So now I have to do this and do this because Fizzy is this. No.
Yeah.
The beat is the primary. It's like saying, all right, cool, let's get back to nature. Do you get it?
Yeah, no, I feel that.
It's like, yeah, nature's first. You get what I'm trying to say? And for me, that's what it's for. Nature's first, innit? So I attack it with my nature.
Wicked, man. I think that it's a good attitude to have as well, because I feel, as you said, there are a lot of people that kind of shift around in genres and stuff like that. I mean, I think there is definitely an element of kind of taking your kind of but that's something I've always said about producers, especially, is being able to be cohesive whilst also being varied. I've always said that's like the best kind of trait you can have as a producer, for people to still recognise it's you, but you not kind of mould into a style, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. It's so important because, like, I feel like that's where people are going to get that creativity. That's where music will grow. Like, in a sense, it's just like music will grow. That's how, genres spawn. Like, it's when people, like, kind of get into that nature of it and go, right, you know what, this is who I'm going to be. Like, and I'm gonna be one with the vibe, innit? I'm going to be one with the vibe, and that's where I'm going to be right now. And that's when people mold into, you get me, get their Matrix Neo vibe on, you get me?
Fully. I mean, it's really kind of interesting to hear you kind of talk about it as well, and obviously kind of almost express the ambition and the kind of want to see people kind of reach the pinnacle of being able to kind of move around a lot of different genres and really kind of undertake that multi-genre kind of vibe. Like, with your sort of future plans, release-wise, is it something you're doing like quite consciously, trying to work in that theme of being able to kind of shift around?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's quite interesting because I feel like Vibes Cartel does it a lot. Yeah, now I'm thinking, who does, like, Vibes Cartel, he is very quiet. He will jump on different beats. But I feel that, like, even to a sense, he won't jump on everything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, I don't know if a lot of these artists, they go, okay, cool, well, I like this beat, yeah, but you know what? I don't really care what genre it is. Yeah, I might not be known for that, but I'm going to jump on that. Like, to me, that's a risk. That's a risk because it's like your normal audience might not like that.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah, of course.
But are you just doing music because you're thinking people might not like that, or are you doing music because you feel it from the soul and you want to introduce your audience to new music and also allow other audiences to know that you can resonate with them as well?
Of course, man, of course. And that's almost like the big internal conundrum I feel a lot of artists kind of struggle with. They'll kind of go down this path of, well, I'm making this because it's what people want to hear, but am I really enjoying it? I'm not too sure. Like, how do you kind of almost keep that balance in check in regards to the sort of stuff you're making? Is there like a system you kind of have you'll kind of check yourself if you kind of are following almost the public view a bit too much?
Yeah, so my thing is this. Have the confidence in being a lyricist. All right? First and foremost. Yeah? Confidence in being a lyricist, confidence in my rhyming schemes, confidence in the type of music that I like. Now, for me, I listen to all different types of music, yeah?
Yeah.
All right? From house, yeah, to bashment, deep house, soulful house, yeah, like old time rare groove. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So for me, it's like I feel I've gotten to that stage where I listen to music and I actually listen to music. I don't hear music.
It's almost like a studying sort of thing at this point, rather than like a casual listenership.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of people. I've been in the studio with a lot of people, remixers, people that, got platinum plaques, and I'm like, you see that, yeah? How about you try and put that there? And they're like, okay. But they're listeners, yeah? So they try. they don't go, oh, nah, I'm not going to do it. Nah, they listeners.
Yeah.
So they try, and they look at me, and they're like, I trust this guy's ear. Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, you know, building that confidence as well. You know, it's so important because, you know, a lot of times people aren't really confident to take that kind of leap of faith.
Definitely.
But I find when you do, and it's honest, yeah, because that's where we're getting to. Yeah, that's where we're really getting to. Yeah, and it's honest, and it's from the heart. Yeah, it's gonna resonate with someone. It's gonna resonate with someone.
Of course, and
So
I feel there's almost like a bit of almost like an almost I'm trying to think, a subconscious push to try and reach as many people as possible, and it almost connect in some kind of way rather than making sure your stuff connects properly with at least one person.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like you have the Brits, yeah, right? Brit Awards,
Of course.
yeah. That's going to be different to the criteria to win a Grammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the criteria to win the Grammy is going to be different from winning the Mercury.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I feel you.
Yeah. So, you know, obviously you get different types of artists, but they can all be on the same stage. You can have one artist, yeah, that could have an album and that could fit in every one of those categories. Now, to me, that would be an artist that is willing to be their self and take the leap of faith.
Definitely, man. And I think hitting that level of leap of faith is almost like the point at which you hit your peak, I feel, for a lot of artists. Kind of with this, I've got to say we've absolutely flown through this one. We've nearly run out of time already, so we definitely need to do another one of these and get a bit of a part two going on, because I could listen to this for hours. What we're going to do is we're going to get into the second tune you sent over as we finish up today's show. So this one is from yourself, Scott Garcia, Para and Troublesome. Goes by the name of Lockdown. So talk to me about this tune.
Yeah, so now this is another track which has been getting quite a lot of attention over at all your national radios and et cetera. And it was a track that, as lockdown came up, we just said, look, do you know what? I can feel the lockdown coming.
Yeah.
So I was like, Scott, like, look, bruv, it's coming. And you know what? I feel that we need to do something around it, because I know it's going to be a time that people are really going to be in a situation where they need music. They need something to kind of, you know, keep them going.
Yeah.
And for me, it was a thing like, let's get it done. And they're like, you know, I said, no, we need to do it now. We need to do the video now. We need to do it now.
Because
now,
in a couple of weeks, we won't be able to do the video, essentially.
Yeah, 100%. But like literally got in the studio, and then the next day I was like, to do the video, started making calls. Yeah, I'm not lying to you. The guy came into the studio and shot a majority of the video in the studio and outside of the studio, like there and then.
Amazing.
The next day, it was just like lockdown practically. So, that's how the tune come about. Like, it was really authentic, and it was real. It weren't really like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I heard a lot of people came to me and said, look, it weren't a cheesy lockdown tune, brother. It's like, we really like this song. Yeah. And I was like, that's because it was from the essence, man.
Fully.
It was from the essence.
Fully.
You know, it might be a theme that people might go, okay, well, I mean, you've taken a thing from somewhere and da-da-da. No, it wasn't like that. It was actually a tune that, you know, it was connected to that. We didn't even know what was going on, man. It was quite an emotional time. A lot of people were getting anxious, et cetera, et cetera. Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to bring some normality back with some music and stuff.
There we go. There we go. Well, I think it's a great story behind the tune, and I think it's a perfect way to kind of round this show off. Fizzy, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. It's been great to kind of talk.
You too, man. Excellent. I've really enjoyed it.
Awesome, man. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to finish up here. We're going to play this one, track entitled Lockdown, Scott Garcia, Para, Troublesome, and Fizzy. For those that aren't aware, please list your social media details, and we're going to finish up there.
No, big up, man. Don't forget to catch me on Fizzy_Don on Instagram, guys.
There we go. Perfect way to round off. Guys, I'll be back same time tomorrow morning for Breakfast with Cova. I'm going to be joined by Weagle and Ruby Black. Coming up next, you do have Duke Sky in the building taking you through from 10 till 12. So keep it locked here on Trickstar Radio. It's been Breakfast with Kovu. Oh, yes!